For today's video, pag-aaralan natin what is Cartesian Coordinate Plane. So in its simple definition, Cartesian coordinate plane are two intersecting number lines in a plane perpendicular to each other. So tinawag siyang Cartesian coordinate system or plane in honor of René Descartes in 17th century, who is a French philosopher and mathematician who first devised the coordinate system. Meanwhile, ginamit naman natin yung pangalan na rectangular coordinate system because it is consists of two axes, the x and y, which are straight lines meeting at right angles. Now let us discuss the different parts of the rectangular coordinate system. So una, since it is made up of two intersecting lines, i-identify natin ano ba yung two lines na yon. So we have here the horizontal line. So tinatawag natin yan na x-axis. Or yan yung horizontal line. Next, we have also the vertical line. So yung vertical line naman natin, yan yung tinatawag natin na y-axis or the vertical line. Take note that since these lines are number lines, ibig sabihin, it is made up of two numbers, positive and negative. So, i-identify muna natin dito sa x-axis, alin ba dito yung mga positive number. Sa right side niyan, meron tayong mga positive numbers. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And infinite. Ibig sabihin, anyway, these lines are with arrowheads because it indicates that the number is infinite. Next, on the left side, in our x-axis, dito naman natin makikita yung mga negative numbers. What about in our y-axis? So in y-axis, dito naman sa taas yung ating mga positive numbers. And sa baba, dito naman makikita yung mga negative. Okay? Next. Take note that rectangular coordinate system has regions. So yung regions na yon ay tinatawag natin na quadrants. So since there are 4, so ano-ano yung tawag dun sa 4 regions na yan? We call that as quadrants 1 to 4. So quadrant 1 is located here, and dito naman yung quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and dito yung quadrant 4. So kung titingnan natin yung movement ng pagpapangalan sa region, that is in counterclockwise. So these two lines intersect at a common point, which is called the origin. Take note that the origin is the point of intersection and meron siyang coordinates na 0, 0. And take note also that quadrants is named using Roman numerals. Those are parts of our rectangular coordinate system. So next, tuturuan ko naman kayo how to plot points in rectangular coordinate system. Okay, so before we plot points, let us discuss what is an ordered pair. So when we say ordered pair, that is represented using x, y, where x is what we call the x-coordinate and y is the y-coordinate. O sa ating point representation, yung first number that is our x coordinate, and yung second number, yun naman yung ating y. So we have other term for x and y. Tinatawag din natin ang x na abscissa and yung y coordinate as ordinate. Okay, now let us have the given exercises. So, ang nakalagay sa instruction, we have to plot the following and identify in which quadrant each point lies. So, ito yung ating sample ng Cartesian Coordinate Plane. So, as you can see, ito yung ating x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so first step in plotting points, take note that itong mga ordered pair na given natin ay coordinates ng x and y, where yung first number natin is the value of x and yung second number or second coordinate ay yung mga y. So let's say we have number 1, negative 3, 5. So in negative 3, 5, take note na ang ating negative 3 ay yung x. Ibig sabihin, if this is our x-axis, ang ating negative x ay nasa left side. So, bibilang lang tayo ng 3 units to the left of our origin or 0, 0. So, meron tayong 1, 2, 3. So, ito yon. And then, yung pangalawang coordinates naman ay positive 5. So, ibig sabihin, yung value ng y natin ay yung nasa taas. So, kung bibilang tayo ng 5 units from this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ito yung kanilang point of intersection. So, pwede kayo maglagay ng broken line para makita nyo kung magkatapat talaga. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung ating coordinates na negative 3, 5. Okay, so in which quadrant this point lie? So sa ating parts of Cartesian Coordinate Plane, this is our quadrant 1. So ibig sabihin, ang ating number 1 ay nasa quadrant 2. So lagyan na natin, siya ay nasa quadrant 2. Okay, next. So for number 2, we have 1, 4. So, ang positive 1 ay ang value ng x. So, ibig sabihin, 1 unit to the right of our origin. So, ito yon. And then, positive 4 or move tayo ng 4 units mula sa point na to. So, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, ang point of intersection nila ay ito. Okay, so we have 1, 4. So, kaya identify natin yung quadrant. We have first quadrant or quadrant 1. Okay, now for number 3, we have negative 2, negative 1. Ibig sabihin, negative ang ating x. So, 1, 2. And then, 1 unit downward. So, ito yun. So, we have negative 2, negative 1. Okay, so quadrant 1, 2, 3. So, ang ating number 3 ay third quadrant. Next, for number 4, we have 0, negative 3. Ibig sabihin, kapag 0 ang value ng x or kapag may 0 sa coordinates, dito tayo mag-start ng point. So, 0 ang value ng x and then 3 units downward. So, ibig sabihin, ang point natin exactly ay nandito. Or 0, negative 3. So, kapag may ganyan tanong, ibig sabihin, wala siya to any of the quadrant na meron tayo. So, ang ilalagay dyan is along any axis kung saan siya nakaplat. Ibig sabihin, yung 0, negative 3, since na-plot natin siya sa y-axis, dahil sa value na negative 3 which is nasa second coordinate or y, ang kanyang location ay along y-axis or y-axis. Okay, next. For number 5, we have positive 3, negative 4. Ibig sabihin, positive 3 units to the right of the origin, and then negative 4 or 4 units downward from this point. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ang ating point ay nandito. So, that is 3, negative 4. So, siya ay nakalocate sa fourth quadrant or quadrant 4. Okay, last number. For number 6, we have 2, 0. So, meron naman tayong 0 sa ating second coordinate or yung value ng y. Ibig sabihin, since x ang una natin pinaplat, we will count 2 units to the right of the origin. So, ito yung ating point. Then, hindi na tayo mag-move since ang second coordinate natin ay 0. Ibig sabihin, yung point natin ay exactly lying on the x-axis. So, ang ilalagay natin dito ay, ang location niya ay along x-axis or x-axis na lang. So, yan yung step-by-step procedure how to plot points in Cartesian Coordinate Plane. So, take note that without plotting the points, pwede na kaagad nating malaman in which quadrant maglalay ang ating points. Paano natin malalaman na ang ating point ay lying in y-axis? So, observe that whenever that our x-coordinate is 0 and our y-coordinate has value or meron tayong number of units kung saan natin siya ipaplat, so that is the time that the point is lying only in y-axis. Okay, so tandaan, since 0 ang x mo and yung y-coordinate ay meron, ibig sabihin, yung point na yon automatic ay nasa y-axis. And the same as x-axis, kung meron tayong 0 sa y, ibig sabihin, pag nabilang na natin yung unit sa x, and wala naman tayong units na bibilangin sa y, ibig sabihin, yung point natin, nandun lang sa x-axis. Okay, what about for quadrants 1 to 4? If we're talking about ordered pair lying in quadrant 1, take note that since these numbers are positive and negative numbers of x, and dito naman sa y, ito yung mga positive, ito yung negative. So, ibig sabihin, automatic, if we're talking about points lying in quadrant 1, that is given as set of ordered pair with positive x coordinate and positive y coordinate. So, any number which are positive in x and positive din yung y, automatic, yan ay makikita sa quadrant 1. Okay? While in quadrant 2, yung mga numbers naman natin or coordinates na makikita dito, since ang ordered pair natin ay given as x, y, so ang x natin muna ang titingnan. So that is negative, yung y naman ay positive. So lahat ng number na ang sign ay negative muna sa x or negative x coordinate and positive y coordinate, that is automatically lying in quadrant 2. Okay? So, next is the third quadrant. Ibig sabihin, etong mga points na maglalay dito in pattern x, y, yun lang ang mga coordinates na merong negative sa x coordinate and negative din sa y coordinate. Next, while in quadrant 4, since x, y ulit, so x coordinate natin Lahat ng points na pwede lang mag-lie kay quadrant 4 ay positive yung value ng x, and yung y naman niya ay negative. So, yun lang yung dapat yung tandaan. Take note that in plotting points, lagi natin tandaan na ang ordered pair ay nakaayos based sa pattern na to, x, y. So, ang first coordinate lagi natin ay x and the second coordinate is y.